Royal drama, as they said, Olori 2face packed her stuffs and left the palace. They said she moved her luggages to her house in Ile-Ife there. You know that during that period that Kabiyesi was, that Kabiyesi said that they all should go and get a house that he will pay for them. They said she was the first person that went and got a house outside. Kabiyesi paid for that house. Though some people said she was already building the house. So when Kabiyesi asked them to get a house, she uh, collected money from Kabiyesi and completed the house. But I don't know. But the only thing we are hearing is that she have a house in Ile-Ife there. And at the moment, that is where her children are staying. That even though that the children are staying close to her, as in right there in Ile-Ife, that she doesn't have time for her children. That is what we are hearing, allegedly. Because the other day we heard that one of her children was sick. The mother have carried the children to everywhere. They've gone to many hospitals. At the end of the day, they said the traditional people told the mother that the only thing that will cure this baby is that the mother stays close to him or her, because she needed the mother's attention, and that was when they said her mother came to the palace complaining to Kabiyesi. I don't know, maybe she let her go to be with the child, I don't know. But right now they said she moved her stuff out of the palace, even when nobody have told her to do that. The fear of the elders or the fear of the gods is the beginning of wisdom. They said the reason she left that the way she left is because of what is happening to Igbi right now. You know that at first the Kabiyesi said he is no longer interested in marrying this lady now, this Olori 2face and Igbi. But it's like Igbi is the main person, because they all believe that Igbi is having a very strong influence on these other ones. That maybe if Igbi leaves, these ones might change. That is what they think. And Kabiyesi have been working towards making sure that Igbi leaves the palace. And at the end of the day, they were able to conclude that Igbi will have to go to Lagos and stay. That is what we heard. That she will go to Lagos and stay. From there, she will be operating. All her royal duties, she'll be doing it and all of that. But we all know that one thing that these women doesn't like is to leave that palace. Maybe because of the luxury that comes with living in the palace, or maybe because of the fact that they are thinking that if they leave the palace, that people will mock them. Mock them for what? For what? Or maybe they are afraid that if they leave the palace, that Queen Naomi might return to the palace, because that is their major fear. I believe that is the main reason. They believe that, yes, if they allow Kabiyesi to make them go and live outside, that Kabiyesi might decide that Queen Naomi will return. And we all know that if they all leave the palace, that Queen Naomi might return. The only thing she said is that she's not going to return back to that place with those women in there. That she doesn't have the strength to fight, knowing fully well that polygamy is nobody's mate. Once you are into polygamy, no matter the kind of good heart that you have, they will push you into being another person, because you have to survive. You have to do what you have to do to survive. And that is what they are doing. They're even going extra mile, doing both the ones they're supposed to do and the ones they are not supposed to do. Because Kabiyesi will just allow them, and they were doing everything without getting any form of repercussion. But recently, they said the ancient sword is very active now. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So something happened that made Olori 2face to run away from the palace when nobody have asked her to leave the palace. She left the palace on her own. This life self. So let me just gist you. Based on what we heard, though, allegedly, because we all know that these are all alleged, rumored, speculated information making rounds on social media. I wasn't there when I hear. So from what we are hearing, they said, after the elders have concluded that Igbi will have to go to Lagos. As for Olori 2face, it was like Kabiyesi isn't that serious about her own, going out of the palace and everything. So when the Odua elders went to do some appeasement sacrifice in the Odua sacred forest, from what we heard, they said after their sacrifices, the gods rejected their sacrifices. And when they asked questions, the people that are in charge said that the gods are angry, that Igbi is not the only one that will leave the palace, that there are two of them that must leave that palace before things will get better again. You know? Then, that is what they said the custodian told the people. And that is why the gods rejected their sacrifice. So, after this encounter in Odua Sacred Forest, we heard that when the elders returned back to the palace, they showed Igbi the way out of the palace, because when they went for that appeasement sacrifice, Igbi was still in the palace, of which she is not supposed to be there. When they came back, they showed Igbi the way out of the palace. And you know that it is embarrassing, as in big time, for a queen like her. So, while they are showing Igbi the way out, they said Olori 2face was busy packing her stuff. Because she doesn't want what happened to Igbi to happen to her. Because she knows that it's going to be a remark, something that people will never forget in a hurry. Because if that information is true, that the elder showed Igbi out of the palace, in years to come, they will still talk about it. A lot of people will mock her because of it. So, Olori 2face, maybe she thinks she is very smart. She doesn't want a situation like that for herself. That is how they say she packed her stuff and went to her house in Ile-Ife there. And you know that it will be better for her than going to that Lagos. And you know that going to Lagos, let me tell you, some of them, as in while they are in the palace, they are complaining that from months to months, you don't see Kabiyesi. Kabiyesi doesn't make out time to be with most of them. Did I say most of them? Them, you know, they'll be complaining and complaining and complaining. Take, for instance, this Olori TikTok. They said ever since she returned back to that place, ever since she returned back, as in after giving birth to the twins, that Kabiyesi have not touched her for once. And I asked myself, what kind of marriage is that? If that is true, it simply means that she don't turn to, anyway, maybe she don't dey use all these vibrator and everything. I don't know now. I'm just guessing. For those of you who will come for me on the comment section, I am just guessing. No, I don't know. I said maybe. So, if it is true that Kabiyesi have not been touching her, what kind of marriage is that? Maybe that is why you always see her being angry, showing as in her attitude. But a lot of people are saying that, you see that thing, that is not the only reason that made Olori 2face move out of the palace. That there is more to that. Because only recently we heard that Kabiyesi went to Puerto Rico to go and meet with Ife. You know, and during that trip, Ife fortified Kabiyesi, did some cleansing, empowered Kabiyesi. They said the kind of power and glory that Kabiyesi came back with. If you have anything bad, if you have any juju or any jazz, you cannot come close. And the funny part is that they said the day he came back, his wives that are supposed to come and welcome him, that not even one person, not even one of them came. It's not as if they don't know that he's coming that day. They all know. You see those times where they will go to airport to go and wait for him. Or maybe even if they are unable to go to airport, they will wait for him in the palace. You see them dressed very well, dancing and welcoming their husband. They said not after this particular trip. Because if you have anything, even if it is all this small bead that they put on their waist to make things happen for them, or to make Kabiyesi listen to them or anything, if you wear such thing and come close to Kabiyesi after that trip, while he was coming back, you are going to receive woto woto. It's going to be a public disgrace for you. And they all know about it, because you cannot tell me that they don't know. They know. So could it be that she's also running for the same purpose? I do not know. But whichever be the case, we heard allegedly that she left the palace with her luggages when nobody have asked her to do that. And they said, people are asking, why? I cannot say, but I can only share with you the information that I gathered. Allegedly, I will never forget to tell you that these are all alleged information. They are not first-hand information, okay? So whenever you are here, just know that you are listening to alleged, rumored, speculated information making rounds on social media. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, follow my page, and share this video. Tell me what you think about it on the comment section. I love you guys. Bye. See you.